What's a good word, everyone? I'm Kenny Varner, the owner of SportsBooks.com. Welcome to the show. And what are we doing today? We're going to take a look at betting baseball backwards. It's not the most popular to bet, but you know what? There are advantages in Major League Baseball. Just because it's not a popular sport doesn't mean that there isn't angles to win at. And you know what? What people have to learn someday is you don't have to watch the game to profit from the game. You don't have to watch the whole thing. This whole video is going to be on how to bet baseball backwards, Major League Baseball backwards. Now we know, yeah, that's true. Winner. We know that all the lines are priced in all the sports books by the starting pitcher. And we can take advantage of that by saying, let's start our handicapping with the bullpen. I mean, it sounds easy, let's go backwards, because especially if you have an ace, which are fewer and fewer aces, but when you have an ace, especially like in April, in the beginning where they might be on a pitch count, always look to see if teams are on a pitch count, especially if they have a terrible, poor bullpen or an overtaxed bullpen. That's the thing with baseball. There are so many stats out there that you got to take advantage of what you can when they misprice the line. Now, Major League Baseball isn't the most bet sport, so it's not the stuff that Sportsbook spends the most time on. I mean, they might, as it's the only sport going on, pretty much. But when you can take, that's why you gotta come up with the best ways to counteract what they're doing. They're going to go to what most of the public is doing. Most of the public is going by the starting pitcher, and that's about it. But we show you different angles here at Sports At Balls, and betting backwards, you take that good bullpen or bad bullpen and take advantage of it. So many people are afraid to win late. They're like, oh, my team was winning 4-2 in the 7th. My team was winning 5-2 in the 8th. Oh, it was a bad beat. They lost 7-5. It wasn't a bad beat. People call too many things a bad beat nowadays. And Major League Baseball is no exception. Winning late is winning and putting money in your pocket. So when you look at the bullpen first, and you almost want to match it up with a good pitcher that's going to go 5 to 6 innings, so you make sure you can get those 3 innings against the bullpen, because they can misprice the game because it goes by the starting pitcher, and that could be just a huge key. And you can do it with over and unders also. This pitcher lets up 2 runs through 5 innings, but then he starts running out of gas, and you see that going on in a 4 or 5 game span. You can really attack that mediocre bullpen, or you've seen that the better pitchers in the bullpen have been used. So especially earlier in the season, April, May, June, even into July, they want to conserve bullpens. They want to conserve. So not all the best bullpen pitchers are actually pitching at that point. The whole crux of the season from April till July into August is the perfect time to win in baseball, because as the season goes on, as it gets into the late season and into the playoffs, all the better players are playing, and there's a different way to handicap it. When you're just going off of a starting pitcher who is going to pitch 6 innings or less, you're going to get 3 innings against that person. And what do you say, 8.5 innings? Well, you're winning anyway then if you're only getting 2 innings against that bullpen. But betting backwards takes a little bit of time, but you are going off of the starting pitcher, right? The starting pitcher. Learn the bullpens. Give yourself an extra advantage by just learning the bullpens and what they're doing, instead of just the starting. Oh, this guy's starting. Oh, this guy's starting. No, put it all together and start at the end of the game and win going that way. It's a really good tool to put in your toolkit that can really help you win with Major League Baseball. You know, I love football. I love basketball. I love football. Basketball and hockey are good, and Major League Baseball. But the thing is, with Major League Baseball, which I'm not a huge fan of outside of the Yankees, finding these key ways to beat the books. And the reason it can work, it's not like the books are going to adjust because of what you're doing. Because if millions of dollars are starting to be bet that way, where they're going with the bullpen, then they will adjust. But your $500,000, like I said, I never ask how much you bet, just how much your bankroll increases, what percentage, because the amount you bet doesn't matter. We're going to do I can't wait to do a Sharps versus public video in all misconceptions there. But we're here with betting baseball backwards. And that is why way more than 1% have the ability to win in sports betting. Getting these little angles and driving them to death. You know, just don't do it once and go, oh, it went 1-1 or it went 2-1. It's awesome. It went 1-1. It sucks. Try it out because you can gain the information and then you have to use it correctly. That's the key. I want you guys to be a lot better bettors. I know what we can do. And you know what? With money management and with everything you put into it, you can take responsibility for your betting. That's why we don't sell picks anymore. We know we're going to hit our 55, 56%, but we also know that people that hit 55, 56% can still lose money because they don't have all the tools working at once. So we don't want to mess with, like, they'll take your advice, they'll win some games, but then they'll bet too much or bet too much. We don't want to mess with any of that. So we're not going to sell picks. We're just going to let you, we want to give you the information on unique ways that you can make money in sports betting. And betting backwards can be a big, big key. And if you're on a lack of time, take 10 teams. Just take a handful of teams. Make this a passion, and you will figure out that betting backwards does work and can work for you. So that's what we got for this one. Major League Baseball. We're going to be, I don't know when you see these videos, but we're just putting them all up on sportsatballs.com. By the time you see this, there could be hundreds of videos up there, but we're going to keep adding anyway, even if we have thousands of videos, because we want to help you out, become a better, learn how to bet backwards in Major League Baseball. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Come join us, and together we can do it all. And let's make money.